Hi, this is Paul Roberts, Conscious Counseling 101. Today we're going to talk about swearing, cursing, using foul language. What makes it that way? What makes a word bad? What makes your intent bad? There's a video that I just watched because I wanted to see if anybody else had talked about this before I do. I don't normally do that. I usually just rattle it off, but I did it today. 11 million views about what makes words bad. And this guy goes to the nth degree of describing everything throughout human history. But when he got to the one point of what really I'm going to talk about today, he just said, there really is nothing that just makes a word bad. But that's the statement that I'm going to differ with. Instead of 11 million views, I'm probably going to get 20. But what I'm going to give you right now is something that he couldn't do. I'm going to give you a gift of something that isn't going to resonate with large numbers of people. But it's real. It's solid. We are told by Jesus not to swear, just to let our yes be yes and our no be no. And we, through that, are able to express everything that we need to as a human being, as a creation, to anyone else, and that has weight and validity. Anything else we do lessens that. Anything that lessens our creation is from the evil one, because the Creator wants us to be all that we can be, not be derogatory, not be less in any way, either in the way we display it to people or display it to ourselves in our inner voice. Because nothing that goes into your mouth can make you unclean or less. Only what comes out can do that. This is one of the teachings of Jesus. And it relates not only to what they were eating back then, because they were supposed to have certain guidelines, it also relates to everything that goes in and everything that comes out. If we have derogatory thoughts in our heart, and it comes out through our mouth, that's an indication of something impure in there that we could work on and should work on. If we're swearing, we're derogatorily referring to the things that we encounter in our life and putting up a great big banner in front of us that say, look, I'm doing this. For anyone that wants to take note, what we're doing is, instead of being introspective and saying, these things are mine to deal with, I'm going to overcome, we're instead saying, gosh, look what I did. See, I said, gosh, look what I did. Because what I'm really saying is, God, look what you did to me. That's what I'm really saying. You laid all this on me. Ah! What are you doing? You're swearing by heaven and earth. Jesus said not to swear by heaven or by earth. You're condemning as if the Creator didn't mean good for you, didn't put this in your lap for you to deal with, sort through, and do better. You're saying, you did this to me. I can't deal with it. I'm less than I should be, and you've given me an unable to cope obstacle to get over. That's where swearing's coming from. The fact that you're saying, thrusting your hand, shooting the bird, going, waving your hand, instead of overcoming, taking self-responsibility, purging that's within your realm to do something with, you instead say, look at this curse you've left me with. I don't approve, and I'm not going to do anything about it, so screw you. What you're ultimately doing when you say that is you're using the Lord's name in vain. You're actually taking the Lord's name in vain because you're condemning the Lord or the Creator for what you've been burdened with, instead of seeing it as something that can easily be lifted off, gotten through, gotten past, and make you a wholesome, full, well-rounded individual, worthy of yourself, worthy of your creation, worthy of your Lord, worthy of your Creator. You have instead decided to remain trapped with that obstacle in front of you and curse He that gave you that obstacle, instead of cursing yourself and saying, I'm going to get past it. That's what a bad word is. That's why whatever comes out of the mouth can be of the evil one. That's the real full answer. That's not entertaining, is it? That's a lot to deal with, isn't it? That's a lot of personal responsibility that you've got to take for who you are and what you do in life. Not many people are going to care to listen to that or do anything about it. This is yet another thing that describes what the world less traveled is. This is yet another thing that helps you to gain wisdom and insight. But only those that want to take the time to do it and take the personal responsibility to do it are going to gain and benefit from that. Not the people that want to be entertained and feel like they're getting all this information from history. Hey, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But when he got to the point of what it really was, he skipped over it. This is so much fluff that things are made out of. This titillates all our sensibilities and lets us get along the road and not really realize what the crux is of what it is we're dealing with. And this is what causes us to not see and to not accept and to not do and to remain what we are cursing at it rather than lifting it off and being done with it. We need to look for these examples in all that we see, especially ourselves, and know where it's coming from and why, and how easily it can be taken care of. The question is, do you choose? Where do you get that? Where do you get that ability to take care of it? Knock, and the door will be answered. Just simply want to look. This insight will come to you. You don't have to credit it with God. You don't have to credit it with Jesus. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Here's the brilliance of it. It happens anyway. The sheer fact that you go to look, rather than replicating this day after day after day after day, the sheer fact that you go to look will show what I'm saying to be truth. If you use introspection, you'll see it. You'll find it in yourself. You'll see the logic and soundness of what I've just said, of why it comes to you, that you're going to curse what you're feeling instead of lift it away, be past it, and be worth who you are and deserve to be. Just by realizing that'll be enough for you. If you want to go further and credit it to the sources that said this, you may. But it may take you a long time on your road to be strong enough to see that. That's okay. What have we done? We've identified a problem. We've given you the ability to lift it off. That's enough for today. That's enough. So do that. And then we can talk about so many more things we can do. But do that. Bad words are bad because they give us opportunities to constantly lash out as if something outside made it happen, when what is really happening is what is inside is being expressed because it's not being dealt with. That's why bad words are bad, and that's a lash out and falls under the category of using the Lord's name in vain because you associate the Lord with the Creator, and you're saying, you did this to me instead of I did this to me. You made me trapped instead of I made me trapped. That's why a word is bad, because you're expressing what you intend to do, and if you intend to do is anything less than you're capable of doing, you're attributing it to some outside force that's holding you down when it's truly you. And as long as you know that it's truly you, it's so easy. I'm not going to do that anymore. If I hurt myself, I'm going to remind myself that my precious created form responds to everything and can grow, even negatives. If I find myself in a bad life situation, I'm going to say to myself, I realize how complex the world is that I've been given, and I have the ability to learn from this and grow past it. If I see somebody hurt me and I can't do anything about it, I'm going to realize the difficulty that they're immersed in, and I'm going to have pity on them and forgive them, even though I'm damaged and hurt, because I'm going to know that I'm in a world filled with evil, and I cannot have anyone touch what I believe and what my soul feels and what the Creator plans for me. Because the Creator's plan is not to bring us peace, according to Jesus' teachings. It is not for us to live long and have prosperous lives like it was for the Jewish chosen people. It is for us to receive the light and be a servant, so that even on our final days when we're about to be killed, we might wash the feet of our fellow brethren. If we can do that out of the love and kindness in our heart and see that as an ultimate life purpose symbology thing that Jesus did, if I don't do this, I have no way with you, I have no part with you. If we have that in our heart, how can we possibly have anything derogatory or negative come out of our mouth? We can't. The truth is that bad words is nothing more than expression of what we haven't dealt with, a lashing out. And Jesus says the darkness and those in the darkness will run from the light and they will love the darkness. Here's where peer pressure comes in. You see others that are lashing out. You see others that do it because they want to be seen and known by their peers. I'm like you. I'm worthy. I'm suffering the same pain. Take me in, take me in, take me in. See what I have. I'm like you. What they're doing is they're loving the darkness and sharing it back and forth and finding their way on the broad road that is paved on the way to destruction. They're helping support one another on that road and expressing that same negativity as they go towards that end result in darkness together, instead of lifting off and saying, no, I see what it is, clearly. I don't need any support from somebody that is blindly walking around in the dark. I only need support from the giver of the light. Conscious Counseling 101 understands the source and importance of that light and helps you find the benefit from that in every aspect of your life that you would ever apply it to. I can speak directly to every aspect that you could possibly want to talk about or offer you ways that are just overwhelmingly able to aid you. You can do yourself without any assistance, without any cost, without any self-help guru. It's so free, it's so receivable. All you need to do is see it. If I can do something to help you to see it, or to help others see it, or somebody that sees me and says, oh, I want to help him do what he's doing, comment, share, talk with me, realize that this value of this purpose can be given to others and you can be a part of it. That's a value and a life purpose that can't be matched. That's worthy of washing the feet of those in front of you and giving what you have in that example. If you do that and are willing to go to that extreme to be a servant, why would you ever say anything derogatory? Why would you ever curse what's in you? What's in you is what needs to come out. And it's nothing but goodness. This is Paul Roberts of Conscious Counseling 101. This is a very important one. Leave a comment. Talk to me.